Welcome back, boys and girls, to the final of this week's EU random one-shot tournament. Superstars made up of ex-Cloud9 members along with some Mortality members up against the Giants, the second seed team from EU going to Worlds, SK Gaming.
Yeah, now SK Gaming has been experimenting with different roles on their roster. They have taken down some difficult opposition in the form of Revival Esports, Freenix, Potato Boys, and now they're here, starting from the bottom. SK Gaming with their new roles. You've got Reels still on Hunter, but in support, it's Maniac in the middle lane. It is Zeros in the jungle. It's Badger in the solo lane. It's Captain Twig.
Well, it has been so far today. We'll see if they bring any other
Forever
shenanigans out. Banned so far, Vulcan, Circuit, Elkwang, who we don't have photographs of because he's not photogenic. Carly banned away by SK Gaming, and it's now over to Superstars for first pick. I'm expecting a full.
Yeah, that would not be surprising. Jungler for Superstars is...
Optics.
I mean, Optics can definitely play Thor. He can definitely play it. But, you know, Sylvanas' first pick is usually good, but will Raffer play it to its fullest potential? Or will he get caught out of position?
We'll find out as he goes into this one. SK Gaming, though, now with 2 picks for themselves, they're going to take that Thor away. And it looks like they're considering their options. It's going to be Apollo, probably going over to Reels more than likely, as Reels is the Hunter player. And I don't think he's had a chance to play that today. He's been playing Neath every single time we've seen him so far. Seems so. They've been trying to take that one away, but now he's going to get his go-to god in Apollo. And it's back to Superstars for their next 2 picks.
Yeah, On Her hovered on along with Ra. They will both be locked in, and as double sustain for the Superstars, it will necessitate some form of response from SK Gaming. They'll need a Weakening Curse, Divine Ruin, something. We'll see what they end up doing. On Her, definitely an aggressive support. Sylvanas as well in the early game. He's got such strong push. So the next question is, what's going to be the lane response from SK Gaming? Ymir, potential in the support role? I mean, does Maniac have a good Ymir?
I consider this possibility that SK is going to go back to normal roles by the way that Yumi's been locked in. We'll see. But I think that could be good to
I don't know. They've been practicing all day. Why would they role swap?
Why would they role swap indeed? But into the counter ban phase though, and it looks like we're going to see a Loki ban away by SK Gaming. Don't want to have to deal with that one in the solo lane. And now it's up to Superstars to make their mind up about what solo or mid laners they don't want to have to face themselves.
Yeah, well, they've got some options solo and mid yet again. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, it feels like there's no super obvious ban. Aphrodite just taking a supportive option off the table and sort of hitting SK's ability to counter heal comp with heal comp. But there's still Hell if they really want it. There's still Chunga if they really want it. And, you know, Captain Twig could certainly play both of those in the solo lane, which is his role that he plays all the time forever.
Well, it looks like SK Gaming taking a very, very long time about picking what they're going to do next up. Looks like it's going to be Isis, though, picked up more than likely for the mid lane, more than likely for Zeros or Captain Twig. We'll find out which sooner rather than later. As it goes back over to Superstars for their choices, they still need either a solo laner and a jungler here. As I'm expecting Sire to be playing this Ra in middle lane, it's not often we see Emelito play such defensive gods as Ra, or at least magical defensive gods in the solo lane. And he's currently hovering over Bakasora, which isn't really surprising. We saw him at the EU LAN event, and he performed on that really, really well. Actually, really put the pressure onto the enemy team.
Yeah, Bakas are quite scary. That Loki ban definitely targeted at Emelito, but I don't know. I mean, dealing with Baka is very hard, but once you deal with him, it's almost like he doesn't exist.
Well, that's a Baka jungle now.
Ooh, yeah, you know what? Well. You're right, it is. And Baka jungle is interesting because his gank potential is fairly weak, but if someone else can set up for him, it can be quite strong, which means that ganking mid probably not going to go so well. Ganking solo lane up against Osiris, I'm not so happy about that either. 95% sure that Judgment Tether will reduce the damage from Bakazura's true damage.
Well, is it going to be Giannis? It looks like it's going to be Giannis played by Optics. Is that Optics
jungle? Could be Giannis jungle.
I did it in the Divine Intervention tournament, and I must
You're a
say,
trendsetter.
It went very, very well. However, before me, I will admit Zeros did do it for SK Gaming, so I can't take full credit for the amazingness that is Giannis jungle.
You gave the idea to Zeros, right?
No, I didn't. I'm not gonna lie. I don't steal from the pros. I don't
I will
steal
lie.
from the pros.
He
You can
gave the
lie,
idea
though.
to Zeros. He's the inspiration for SK Gaming.
They're the teams, guys. Superstars up against SK Gaming in this final. This is game one, best of a 3 scenario. We'll be right back as these guys load in. Welcome back, boys and girls, to this week's EU Grand Finale. Super A Stars up against SK Gaming. Let's talk about who's playing where and what they're all playing. Superstars going to be starting on the bottom side of your map, the left-hand side of your spectator UI. Rafa will be playing Sylvanas in the support role. Emilito will be playing solo lane Bakasura. Anher will be played by Yami in the duo lane. Saya will be playing mid lane Ra. And finally, we're going to be seeing Janus, played by Optics, in the jungle.
On the other side, it is the boys of SK Gaming. Badger in the solo lane on Osiris. He's going to be complemented by Captain Twig playing Thor in the jungle. In the mid lane, Zeros on Isis. Maniac in the support role on Ymir. And Reels in the hunter role on Apollo. Once again, this is their 100% complete new roster with role changes that you will definitely 100% completely see in the World Championship.
Do you actually think the only person that can't change role is Reels, or is it the fact that nobody else on the team can play Hunter?
You know, it could really go either way.
Well, we'll find out how this game plays out with their roster changes, and at least in positions for at least this game, even though Kret seems to think they're permanent. Right hand side, you can see 3 people grouping up. Emilito's going to stick around here with Optics to take these ones down. Optics not going to do the red buff alone at the start of this game. Not surprising, really. Janus will take a little bit of time to bring that one down. Going to take the safer option, especially with Emilito not having Hog available to him at the start of this game.
So apparently Zeros is a Diamond Isis because he's a mid laner. Obviously.
He jungled it all the way up to Diamond. After seeing his Vulcan, you cannot deny that's a possibility.
You know, it's completely possible, yeah. In the solo lane, Badger and Captain Twig are doing a pretty good job with clear. You know, this Osiris versus Bakasura matchup in the solo lane, what do you think of it?
I think it goes either way. I think it'll be an either way contest. I think Bakasura will have an interesting time. He's got Heavy Hammer, but then we've got Smithy's Hammer on the Osiris mid lane. Captain Twig does rotate in to try and put pressure on Sayo, but Sayo's very safe about that. Already started with beads here as well, worried about the early aggression from the Spirit Ball and the wall combination coming out. But yeah, I mean, I feel that that matchup could really go either way, but there is true damage involved there.
Well, Speed Invade coming out. Captain Twig and Zeros will have enough damage to take it down. That's the power of Isis Wingust hitting for massive amounts. We will be right back, friends, in just a few minutes.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back. Apologies for the delay. 1 minute 20 into this game, we just saw the speed buff happen from SK Gaming. And we're back into the action as this one continues on with Super A Stars up against SK.
It is Superstars up against SK. It is currently 1 minute and 30 seconds in. No kills have happened, and there's no real meaningful advantage on either team, though SK Gaming probably a little bit more confident. Reel's getting pulled in a tower and impaled as well. A nice freeze, but he had no way out without moving back into the tower. That was a beautiful play from Rafa.
Rafa played that really, really well. Reels got overly aggressive, and Rafa made him pay with a nice hook, line, and sinker pull into the tower. Thanks to Nature's Grasp, First Blood goes over to them, and it goes in favor of Yami on this and her.
Yeah, probably just got a little bit too close to the tower against the Sylvanas. I mean, we've seen the same thing happen from Sobek before. It's just don't go there.
Your left tower is under attack.
Don't go there indeed. 2 minutes in now, the First Blood has gone down. Bit of patience coming out from both teams because there's not really much to do. Emilito and Optics jumping around, having a little party with themselves in this solo lane. Thor's already gone back to base. Reels is now back in lane once again. A little bit behind in terms of levels just because of that First Blood being a difference, but a nice chunky 9 minions to fight against the jumps in, and the wall from Maniac going to save his life for now.
Oh, nice impale though. Level 4 Yaman is doing a lot of work against Reels. Good body box from Maniac there just in case. Rafa is very low on mana, will be popping a potion as he rotates around, and he's going to pick one more lane. One more wave before he goes towards mid.
Oh, Mid Harpy's due to spawn in about 15 seconds time. Keeping on that. Captain Twig, though, level
Look at
6, going to
Thor.
rotate left hand side. He was considering going for this. Maybe he still is. Maybe he still is.
He's
They're going to
gonna
go for
go
Yami,
for
especially with that engage coming in from Maniac. Maniac getting hit by the Desert Fury. Through space and time does go through and hit Captain Twig. Optics is here, but he changes his mind about going for the second portal. As Zeros is finding Rafa. They might be able to catch Zeros out of position here. Changing the mind on that one. Root from Rafa pulls him in, but that means he's pulling a Captain Twig and a Zeros into his face. Now he's in a bit of trouble there. Circle protection doesn't do that much damage. And Melito does good damage as Reels is in the sky, dunking down across the sky. He's a Celestial Beam to the mouth, followed by the passive root. Rafa still survives for now thanks to the Wisps. He's trying to juke out these autos from Zeros from that Wind Gust. Not going to find it though, and mid Harpies go in favor of SK. Right one still standing though.
Yeah, beautiful hog there from Captain Twig just to get the Harpies before that unstable Vortex could connect. The right Harpies, Twig's hog is down. I don't think he'll really be doing a good job in contesties. Might try and steal them with the hammer. Could have gotten one there.
Not the easiest thing in the world to try and do in a situation against a Celestial Beam and an unstable Vortex. Good double silence and Spirit Ball coming out from Zeros there, just showing the ability Zeros has of playing this Diamond Isis.
That was a huge amount of poke too because it was in a creep wave, so the archers unloaded on Sio and essentially forced to recall Sio very low, and it gives Zeros an extra lane, an extra wave, a little bit more pressure. He probably will recall here, if not a little bit later. Buffs are coming up though, and Captain Twig has speed. Maybe gonna go for a gank in the solo lane with his boy Maniac. Instead, they're just gonna go for the blue buff.
Maniac back on home territory on this solo lane that he's so used to himself. Gonna come over here and help with the blue a little bit, get himself some experience. There's not much else to really do. Rafa though, gonna rotate around for the blue buff for Yami. Speed buff due up soon over on this left hand side for jungle Giannis to take if it's available. And I really like the jungle Giannis. It's not the easiest thing in the world to play, in all honesty. It does have fantastic rotations thanks to his mobility in the jungle because he can jump through all these walls to transition quicker. And his clear's not the worst in the world once he gets to about level 8, level 9.
Yeah, it's really not that bad. You can sometimes run into some stumbling blocks if you're trying to kill one of the big camps without your hog, where you just end up auto-attacking for uncomfortably long, but it's not that bad. There are some mainstay junglers that clear about at the same speed, and Optics is going to go over to his speed buff, should be clearing this one up nice and quick.
Twig's looking for the speed buff. He's going to not find it there, but now he's going to hit him with a nice double tap as well. Thanks to a great wall, and he can't use the through space and time to escape. Reels is actually in the air looking for Sio now as the Spirit Ball connects. Maniac's there as well. The Frost does not even need it as Zeros picks him up with the Wind Gust. Quick double kill going over to SK Gaming.
Yeah, beautiful rotation from SK Gaming. They did not have a ward on that. That was just game sense intuition. Emilito in the middle lane will jump away, and he's going to actually take a lot of damage here. Teleporting in is Twig. Nice circle protection. Will get the kill and actually help keep Twig alive. That's a very important freeze, but Rapper will turn it around. Spirit Ball connects. Reels takes his head off with the so beautiful in the left-hand lane. Yemen is pushing, but in the mid and right, it's SK Gaming with tons of pressure. They're going to get a fair amount of tower damage to the solo lane.
Yeah, I mean, solo lane and duo lane both going to take a little bit of poke from either, but the new minion waves coming in going to deny some of that. Mid-Harpy spawn on the left, though. SK Gaming going to be in prime position to take those right ones on a slightly delayed timer due to the previous team fight that we saw over on that fight before. Sayo back into the mid lane now as his Optics looking for these left-hand Harpies. Will they be able to take them away from Maniac is the question.
Yes,
they can.
He has not leveled his Glacial Spike, so he has no clear to do it, unfortunately.
He dies and also loses both Harpies to Optics as well. Nicely played from Superstars, who are keeping themselves in it. Raph is going to be in position for the right-hand ones along with Captain Twig. It's going to be a 3v1 scenario here if Optics comes through that wall, which he's going to do now. Twig needs to watch himself.
I think he got them. I think Twig might have got those with the hog. I didn't see Raffers go down. It didn't.
He did.
So that very well might have gone to SK Gaming. Great play from Twig. Okay, so here's a question. Aquila lost today. Apparently Pretty Prime is not a good Thor. If Captain Twig can play Thor, does that mean he's better mid lane than the Pretty Prime?
You're blowing my mind right now. I can't even...
It's mid-section,
possibly.
dude. Mid laners inside mid laners.
Possibly. I don't know what other roles Aquila played, though. Like, who went solo lane? Who went solo lane?
I don't know.
Was it Kanye Life?
Oh, I think it was Ataraxia solo on Bakasura.
It would have been better with Kanye Life, because it would have been Badger and Kanye Life as well, but ooh.
That's true, yeah.
6-3 though in this game, closing in on 8 minutes now. There's an experience difference in favour of SK Gaming of 1800. However, goal differential is a different story. It's only 400. The Spirit Ball connects in mid lane on to Sayo from zeros once again, but he'll sustain most of that damage back up thanks to the heals coming out as Emelito and Badger continue just to have this pretty much safe farming routine going on. Neither of them can kill each other, it seems.
Oh, Optics just used his portal, and that's going to put him in a bad position once Twig shows up the wall. The double tap onto Sayo, who will fall. Yaman has showed up and will get a turnaround kill onto Zeros with Maniac finding Optics. Now Thor going up must come down, but the question is where? He's going to land on the creeps. Emelito cleaving onto 2 will be able to get out. Is Captain Twig. Nice mesmerize. Here's Badger showing up at the perfect time. Emelito could get taken down as Maniac is in a horrible spot. We'll get some damage onto Emelito, but it's not enough for the kill. Reels wants it, but he's going to have to roll away as Yaman jumps in, impale. Perfect cancel, perfect kill. That is the power of good mechanics.
Really well played by Yami there, killing off Reels, who stuck around too long. Got a little bit greedy for that last auto required for Emelito. Gold Fury is online. Gold Fury has been pulled right now by Rafa. They're trying to rush this one down. Captain Twig in mid lane trying to farm up. He knows Gold Fury is under threat, but he's only on half health here. He's got to watch his positioning. Just try and force the cancellation of this one. He's going to have to give this one up. He's not going to be able to stop this.
Speaking of cancellation, if you don't understand what Yaman did there, he fired an auto attack and then an impale one after another, essentially doing 155 more damage than just an impale. If you want to understand a little bit more about that, check out Professor Proxy on SmiteCentral.com. There's an article that goes very in depth on animation canceling and its uses.
Well, Emelito trading with Badger once more, just outside of the tower range. Not scared to actually go in. She's really starting to chunk now, is Emelito on this backer. Sorry, he has the Warrior Tabby online. Rudeforge finished for Badger, but he took a lot of poke there, and he might even lose his blue because of it now.
Yeah, Badger going into the full Runeforge Hammer just isn't that much of a threat right now. He doesn't even have a penetration boot, so it means Emelito really can kind of do whatever he wants without Badger being able to punish him.
Well, left-hand Harpies did go in favour of Superstars there. They're going to catch up. Maniac in a bit of a bad position. They're blinking from Rafa, followed by the ult. The snipe connects as well. Through space and time also connects, but Maniac still stands like the god he is on the wall. Make sure the grasp cannot be found to bring him back through it. Maniac stands tall for now. As Twig, though, finds Emelito on the right-hand lane.
Dunk!
Big dunk coming out from Twig, and now he's going to rotate mid. Rafa's going to watch his HP here.
Yeah, Rafa took a big Spirit Ball through the wall, but it's Sayu who has to watch out. Way too far forward, cut off by the wall. Rafa's going to try and heal his teammate. That
Reels is
Spirit Ball's not quite going to connect, but Reels certainly will. He's going to use beads. Mez, that's confirming an easy kill, but the pillar put Twig in an awkward position. Jumping forward is Yaman, but maybe too far forward. The Spirit Ball missing there, but this Wing Gust, when it does come out, is actually going to be interrupted. Impale.
Yami's playing amazing. Yami is playing absolutely out of this world right now. He's actually juking away just in time. Going to use the beads to stop the freeze coming out. Jukes out the damage, looking for the autos, trying to heal off these minions now and keep the pressure that SK Gaming put on. Yami kept them in that fight there. It was really well played by him.
Yaman has been playing incredibly well. Now he's only been playing on her. The question is, does he have a wider god pool than that? But I want to say his on her is about as ban-worthy as an on her gets.
He's played it perfectly so far. I mean, the early game, he did manage to pick up that kill thanks to Rafa, the first blood going over to him, thanks to Rafa's pull, but since then, he's played unstoppably with it, using that to his advantage and rotating fantastically every time to support his team.
He definitely has. The rotations from on her have been on point. He's sort of rotating a few seconds before Reels makes the decision to use his ult, so they arrive at roughly the same time. It's just textbook on her versus Apollo coming out from Yaman here. The only thing he hasn't been able to do is take a significant lane advantage, though he is up 2 levels right now.
I mean, the only thing about Yaman to mention as well, we spoke a bit about him now, but he's probably the only member that we don't really recognize and see very often, Krat, you know? He may be seen in the league games, but we don't normally see him in competitive play, and with the lineup of SK Gaming has, and the other members of Superstars from Mortality members and ex-Cloud9 members all lined up together, he's just the one that you wouldn't expect to be, you know, the one we'd be talking about, but we really are, for good reason.
Yeah, he's playing fantastically. Has had some amateur. Oh, in the middle lane, Sayo will be in trouble. Can't quite escape the Berserker Barrage. Circle Protection seals his fate and will go down. It's time to play Combat Blank.
Does turn up though to try and defend. You can see Maniac waiting around the side looking for Yami. Yami's not going to get the frozen though. The wall's going to do a little bit of poke damage, but he's turning his attention back into Maniac now, who's slightly out of position here. He's getting slowly hit down. Yami's got to watch his back though, because behind him is Reels, who's doing this so beautiful into the background. He's still ignoring Reels, and Reels is not going to give this one up. He needs one more auto.
Thunder
Twitch takes it away, and now Reels takes it to the sky. Unhappy with this. He might be able to duck down onto Optics though. Nope, changes his mind. He trusts in Zeros to secure. He's not going to. His Rafa blinks in, gets the root off, and the Wisps. Can he find the pull to bring him back into danger territory is the question. He's got to watch himself though. If he eats that Spirit Ball, he could drop. And it was a 1-for-1 trade.
Zero's just able to back off there. Captain Twig 7-2 and 5 did fall, getting a little over aggressive there. Speed invade coming down. Emilito is able to get it. He is using this Bakasura jungle, or Bakasura solo, to take over the jungle and is winning trades with Badger, who's going into, looks like a Witchblade. Does he plan on doing damage this game?
I don't know. I guess he's just going for his usual support himself, but he's going to go deep onto Emilito here, continuing the chase with Lord of the Afterlife and the Tether of Light. If the stun connects, he might be able to finish off the kill here. But Emilito trying to turn it around with the help of Optics coming in with the through space and time. Actually, no, it wasn't. It was just a portal. He actually managed to avoid that wall coming out from Maniac. That could have spelled trouble, but now Raph is here as well. Will they re-aggress? I don't think they will. There's not much more to follow up with.
Badger's life completely saved there by the passive. When Emilito turned around, Badger was in his full ethereal form, had 16% physical damage reduction, and that was a big help in keeping him alive up against the damage from Emilito. Captain Twig in the left-hand side of the jungle is going to go up in the air. He's going to contest Yamin. Will not land on the blue buff, but forces beads out for an ultimate. And it's a decent trade considering those are rank 2 beads, 135 seconds.
35 seconds and a Thor ultimate is not as long, only 90-second cooldown on that one. Actually, yeah, it is Jotun's as well, so he starts at 9 seconds, but the Golf has been started by SK Gaming now. Raph is hanging around looking for the blink in. He's going to go for the ultimate. He's in a little bit too early to the party though, but he's giving time for Yami to do a lot of damage with that Desert Fury and really pick people up. SK Gaming get the Gold Fury, but it's a 1-for-1 trade right now, and it looks like Reels is going to try and get away from Yami, but the snipe from Sayo is good and brings him down. 2-for-1 as Optic finds a kill in mid onto Zeros with Emilito pushing in there as well. Badger's a little bit too late to this party, and he may get himself caught out of position here as well. He's going to drop down soon, but how soon? Because it looks like Emilito's going to die as well. No, he's not. Badger lives. They didn't have anything to follow up on him.
Badger lived by the skin of his teeth, but... Well, alright, so SK did get the Gold Fury, and that, I suppose, mitigated what happened afterwards. I don't know. Superstars were able to entirely make up the 1,500 gold they lost from not getting that Gold Fury there. So it's a good thing that SK Gaming got the Gold Fury, otherwise that would have been a 3,000 gold swing, but that fight after GF was just not at all in favor of SK Gaming.
Well, Emilito has finished off his Haste and Fatalis. Sayo in mid lane finished off Chronos Pendant along with Giannis finishing his Chronos Pendant and working on that Obsidian Shard next, so his spell penetration's got up as he's got the spell focus online right now. Keep an eye on Optics' burst coming out of the jungle on this Giannis. Meanwhile, you can see Executioner still being worked on right now. Oh, Chin says we'll see as he goes back to base right now. It looks like he's going to be, by the fact he's recalling right now, the Executioner picked up by Yamin there. And finally, but not least, Sylvanas, played by Rafa, has finished that Sovereignty.
Has finished that Sovereignty, which is an important timing. There's a Divine Ruin done onto Isis, which is also important just for the overall team play, as there are 2 healers on Superstars. They also have a Creeping Curse on Badger, which will eventually turn into a Weakening Curse. And, well, Emilito right now, he still is in complete control of the solo lane, has the Fatalis and the Heavy Hammers, so if anyone's going to spearhead the mid game for Superstars, it is Emilito.
Twig's trying to come round to fight Emilito, but the problem was he was all over wards, and now he's the one being collapsed on Sayo. Snipe does not connect. Twig juked it, but he didn't juke the damage of Emilito, jumping back in. Optic's going to come through with the through space and time, find the unstable vortex onto Badger, who may have to use the Lord of the Afterlife soon, and there it is as you see the blinking from Maniac, who eats the ultimate from Rafa, but now Rafa's isolated in a pit of death, but he's got support from his teammates as Optics finds a portal to Maniac, and Maniac's getting chunked down slowly. Emilito actually uses the beads preemptively to avoid the frost, and it looks like Maniac will die too. Optics takes that one, and now they're turning for Badger again.
Yeah, Badger doesn't really have the damage to help Zeros here. In the left-hand lane, the Hunter's going 1v1. Nice pull onto Zeros, will use beads, and It's gonna get him some range here, but
Left-hand
healing.
side.
Oh, that's a portal. That's probably gonna be a kill as Zeros is down to 300 health. Left-hand side, it's a hunter duel, and Reels is on the back foot for now.
He is on the back foot, doesn't Fury being popped though, and he's juked it out nicely, so beautiful, does connect. Reels is winning this trade overall, but the pillar's going to buy him a little bit of time to trade back. He's got that minion for the body blocking,
Oh.
and he wins the trade against Reels. And it was Reels who engaged that one as well. That was close. That was mighty close, but one Archer minion, boys and girls. The Archer minion saves the day.
Yeah, that Desert Fury decision from Yamin was super important. And it didn't really connect fully with Reels, but it cleared out all of the minions, so there was no trickery for the Apollo player, and Honor was able to just use his pillar and avoid Reels for long enough. Well played. That looked like it was going to go to SK Gaming.
It did. It did look like it was going to go in favor of Reels in that fight, and now Maniac's going to come around the back of Yamin now, who has beads available, gonna buy himself some time with that pillar.
He's going to
Looks
try
like he's just
suicide.
gonna try suicide, I guess, but Twig's having none of that. He's trying to wall him off, doesn't find it. He should be in range for assist
There's no
at
way
least.
out.
No, he's dead now. He
Yeah,
is
Twig
dead.
using the Berserker Barrage to be knocked back immune. In the middle lane, though, Zeros is running for his life with the Wing Gut speed boost. He's going to be able to get out. Badge is starting to rotate in. Apollo in the air. This is going to be the engage. The target seems to be Sio. No combat blink online yet. He will die.
Now the SK Gaming trying to group up after having 2 kills to their favor now, trying to push down this mid lane. Gold Fury down for another 52 seconds. They've got no minion wave here, so Maniac may have to tank this one up, which gives an opportunity for Optics to get some free poke down, at least onto Reels for that one. This mid tower is going to fall. Right one is very, very low as well, the tier 1. Twig takes a step forward, throws out a wall, doesn't find anything. And they're looking at fire, but this is a bit risky.
I think they're looking to bait it. Spirit Ball. Oh, Silence not going to connect on that lane. Melito there. Wall and Spirit Ball miss. Jumping away is the Bakasura player, but that wall, I mean, he doesn't have a jump ability while we use CC Mutant trying to turn it around. Ymir ultimate will do good damage to Emilito. In the backline, it's Badja, but Captain Twig is going to find Emilito. Raffer should fall here too. Great portal to buy some time. There's not enough circle protection. Will secure the kill. Off support. He has no way out of that big circle of death. Teleporting in onto Optics, but Captain Twig finds himself in a difficult situation. Impale away, just barely missing the wall. And now Yamin down below half. Reels is going to sprint forward, finds the connection with it so beautiful, and the heal is not placed where Yemen can heal from it.
Not a good fight for them at all. We're going to pause for a second, guys. We'll be right back. Apologies once again for the technical issues. It won't be too long, though. Be right back. Welcome back, boys and girls. Apologies once again for the delays, but we're back to the action at hand. As you see, Sio getting tower dived under the tier 2 tower, trying to survive and juke backwards. Maniac chasing down as well, but it's giving time for those archers and reels to do damage and bring down that tier 2 tower. With 20 minutes in this game, 14 to 20. Experience is even. Gold is even right now, crap. No, it's not. I'm a lion. There's probably a delay that we're seeing on the screen. I pressed F3 and got excited.
Don't lie to me.
Oh, Sio.
No, it's not even. First of all, Sio's health bar. He's getting very low, but Raptor's gonna show up. Snipe will not connect, and Zero's now running for his life. Will get knocked up and trying to turn around. Spirit Ball connects, but it's too late. Here comes Reels, but it's 1v3. He has to roll away. Has bought enough time for Gold Fury. That was tactical feeding, Hindu man.
Tactical feeding. I've not heard that statement in a while there, crap.
Since Shing.
Since Shing. Where did Shing tactical feed? I just think he just
Shing
fed,
does that a lot.
I thought he just fed.
No, it's tactical.
Oh.
Zapman tactical feeds too.
I don't know the NA meta. I don't understand the NA meta that well, you see. We don't see it that often. Twig though on the right side, gonna go aggressive on the side, trying to find the kill on him. Doesn't find the double tap, only one swing, but the wall's gonna buy him enough time to bring him down with the autos and a Berserker Barrage onto Optics now. But with Emilito coming in, he needs to get out of dodge quick and does so, using his ultimate to take to this guy, dunk back down near the fire giant, get away from trouble. Badger clearing out a ward in the fire, sorry, near the right hand harpies right now as the red buff being taken down by Optics. He's gonna harass a little bit.
Yeah, Badger actually forcing out Optics completely, not going for the red invade, strangely enough. A little weird, but, you know, he's going to get a mid Harpies, which is still a nice victory. And won't be able to contest red this time, as Raffer is there with Emilito. It's just a little too scary for young Badger.
Oh, Fire Giant contestation is going to begin right now. As you can see, Badger clearing out. He's remembering his support duties and clearing out wards for his teammates on the front line with a very supportive build he has as well. Witchblade into a Runeforge Hammer. It looks like he's finally going to be working on chins as well for himself. He's going to be about 1,400 gold away minimum though right now. So a little bit more to go.
Well, grouping up around Fire Giant is SK Gaming. It's definitely an objective that they're thinking about, and they could do a lot with about 4 minutes of that Fire Giant buff. We'll counter ward there and force the rotation in from the Superstars. Raffer, not quite spotted out just yet, will be visible on a Sentry ward now, and SK is just waiting. That's a wall to, remove the Magi's Blessing as Superstars filter in on both sides. The question is, who's going to start the fight and where?
Surprised SK haven't already begun this. I think they could have taken it by this time, but Maniac going to blink in, looking for Melito. Doesn't find him though. Spirit Ball not going to find him. Real six to the sky, looking to dunk down on someone in the backside. It's going to be on Yami. Meanwhile, Maniac taking a lot of poke on the back line as well, but uses his ultimate to buy himself some time. Still goes down to Optics as Yami falls to Captain Twig and Reels, and now Badge is in trouble, using his ultimate to jump away from Optics, who's continuing the chase onto him. He's going to find the kill, but while that happens, quadra kill for Captain Twig. He's going to look for the Penta. They're not going to find it though, because Optics is playing Giannis. He's not going to find it.
Yeah, they're literally not going to find him. They have no idea where he is, but that doesn't matter because there is a Phoenix ready and able to be taken. Honestly, Superstars kind of tunneled too hard there. They tunneled on Maniac, who was kept alive with a beautiful circle protection. They tunnel on Badger, who doesn't even have chin size online yet. The only meaningful items he have are tank items. Optics getting absolutely obliterated with a
Delayed Penta.
Tectonic Rift into Spirit Ball combo. And yeah, you know what? It's a pentakill.
Very delayed pentakill. That's how excited I am for pentakills, boys and girls. Get used to it, because that's all I'll say is pentakill.
He was actually the original pentakill announcer.
Quadra
kill!
Pentakill. That's how it goes. Titan is at 98% health, as you see, but with all the members respawning now of Superstars, they have to defend this Fire Giant that's been assaulted immediately by SK Gaming. This one looks like he's going to be free. No one's going to be back here in time. 24 minutes into the game, even Thor's dunking down as Captain Twig comes in there to make sure he gets some assistance on this Fire Giant. Fire Giant 2, SK Gaming at 25 minutes in this game. And now it's all up to Superstars to defend hard.
How long do you reckon it'll take them to finish with the Fire Giant buff now that they have it?
I'm going to predict 3 minutes.
I'm going to predict 4. 3.5.
Okay.
3.5.
You can't okay, fine, you can just go a few seconds after me. Fine.
It's you know, over under, right?
Well, we'll see if they can finish, because at the moment there's not a terrible team on the side of Superstars. They're in an okay position. They've still got 2 tier 2 towers remaining, 1 Phoenix down. They're going to have to defend mid lane, and a bit of split push opportunities coming out for SK Gaming. Now the split push right hand side into the tier 2 at the moment. Wait for Reels to push in this left hand side as they all head back to mid lane to meet up with Zeros. I've got to say though, this transition from Captain Twig to jungle and Zeros to mid lane has really worked out nicely for them.
It actually has worked out nicely. I mean, all seriousness alive, I don't know, Captain Twig is kind of carrying this game. He is 15-3 and 9.
Well, when's the last time we could say that about Captain Twig, though, in fairness? Captain Twig's not had an all-star performance in the mid lane. He's been very passive and safe. But in this game, he's just like, yo, this is how we do it.
And he's full damage Thor, too. He is... I mean, you've got a shifter shield, but let's be real. That's about the 60 power, not the, 20, 15 protection. So this is basically full damage Thor. He's got a ton of penetration. He is just carving through his targets.
Well, 1 minute down, 2 minutes remaining. Sorry, 2 minutes down, 1 minute remaining for the predictions to be correct. But I'll see if we're anywhere near close. As the tier 2 tower is dropping very, very quickly on this left-hand side by SK Gaming. It looks like they're going to try and assault as a full unit. Emelito split pushing right now, starting to recall. But I think by the time he gets back, this Phoenix may have already fallen.
Yeah, it can go down very quickly now that Reels is online. A pull on Captain Twig. He's just going to beads and roll out. That was a nice through space and time. Badge is going to back off, and Thor's up in the air. Emelito turned around upon hard. The Mirror ultimate will get the kill, and now moving onto Yaman, eliminated by Twig. Zeros is going to take the head off of Raffer. Sile is walled off, but will he get frozen? No, it's going to be Reels coming down from the sky. Nice beat from Optics to keep him alive, but only temporarily. A portal keeping Reels off the back of Sile. A surrender vote has started, but it is too late. Maniac will die in the fountain. The Titan has been pulled, and it will fall. It's SK Gaming. 31 kills to 18 at the 27-minute mark on the nose.
On the nose indeed. SK Gaming win game 1 up against Superstars. We will be back very, very quickly, guys, with game 2 of Superstars versus SK Gaming.